So this here is a copy of the book 1984. This is the Chinese version that I bought here in China. And I have to say there's something beautiful about seeing Chinese characters in a book. I know almost none of the characters, but from an aesthetics point of view, I think it just looks beautiful. I think the writing looks poetic. Anyway, this book, 1984, was written by George Orwell, who used to work in the BBC. I wonder where he got his inspiration from. This book, a masterpiece, is banned in some schools in America. And I actually had to check that because I thought, no way is that true. But apparently, some schools in the U.S.A. have banned it. There is your free speech in action. So I loved this book the moment I read it as a teenager, and I've read it twice since. Why am I discussing it now? Well, in this book there is a constant theme about the leadership of the country telling the people not to believe what they are seeing or hearing. It's actually best summed up by a quote from the book, which I'll tell you right now, and this is the quote. "The party told you to reject the evidence of your eyes and ears. It was their final, most essential command." Written by George Orwell, 1984.
And, while he may be saying we're enablers, we see Joe Biden up close. We know how attuned he is to the issues, how informed he is. And I debate with him about legislation, not debate, but discuss it with him. He's right there. So in any case, it was a bad night. Let's not sugarcoat that. It was a bad night. It was a great presidency. And that's what the American people have to choose. A night where somebody's going to just misrepresent the facts completely, and then you're on your guard. The other person has to negate that. Or, again, it was a bad night. Let's move on from that. It's all an opportunity. Our members have been very thoughtful. They're very concerned about a president.
What I just played you there was a car crash of an interview with Nancy Pelosi, who's actually better than Warren Buffett at picking winning stocks in the stock market. Rather strange that, when you think about it. Better than the best. Wonder how. When I see politics in America, and also looking at Nancy Pelosi and the Supreme Court judges, for instance, I think there really should be term limits or a stringent retirement framework or something. Anyway, I'm sorry. No matter how many times the Democratic Party leadership try to tell me not to believe what I see during the presidential debates, and to believe them when they tell me that Joe Biden is sharp as a tack, there is no problem with Joe Biden. I'm telling you, there is no way I'm going to believe them. It's just simply not true. I know what I seen, what I heard. The man, Joe Biden, is old and his mind is slowing. That's what happens when you get old. It's a fact of life. I saw it with my father, who got old. So, yeah, there is that.
Joe Biden 2019 versus Joe Biden 2024. Let's watch.
I continue to think we have to make fundamental changes in civil rights. And those civil rights, by the way, include not just only African Americans, but the LGBT community. He wants to get rid of the ability of Medicare I did not oppose busing in America. What I opposed is busing ordered by the Department of Education. That's what I oppose. Making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the COVID. With dealing with everything we had to do with. Look.
This is not right. They're telling us everything is good with the president. It is clearly not good. I can see it. We can see it. Now, here is a fact. He's in the toughest job in the world. And if he wins, he's expected to last 4 more years. Actually, 5 years from now, he'll just be leaving office. I'm sorry. I'm just not buying into it. A vote for Biden it's technically a vote for the Vice President, which is Kamala Harris at the moment. And I tell you what, she's not popular. She's not quick of thought. And I saw that, and that was exposed when she was running for president the last time. And it's exposed when she is questioned or pushed on things when she's discussing things with the media. So this is not good. And I tell you, Trump is also not a great option, but the people in the USA that are desperate for change might well go that way and vote for him to tear down the whole system. Because people are pissed off, they're unhappy. And I say, wake up, America. This is late stage empire stuff, the fall of the Roman Empire stuff. People have challenged me in the comment box below about what's it got to do with me, because I'm a Scottish guy living in China. Here's why. It is hot here, humid, but here's why, what it's got to do with me. If you position the President of America as a leader of the free world, as you constantly do, then you've got responsibility to all of us. And when I say all of us, I mean the world, because that position is important to the peace and prosperity of everyone. And so far, under Biden, you've not been doing a fantastic job at that, because you're constantly meddling in everything, undermining other countries and causing non-stop conflict. The evidence is there. Again, end of empire stuff, the same thing over and over again. You're stretching, overreaching, and technically that is what brought down the Roman Empire. That's what it feels like. It's a bit like America of today, coming to the end of an empire because they're overreaching. The world is changing. America and the West, they've just got to get used to that. But if they continue to fight it, it's not going to be good for us all. I mean, when I say the all, I mean the world. For me, if we're not careful, it's going to be one of these instant climate change things, if you know what I mean. One last comment. Is it just me that thinks it is crazy that the leader of the free world, the election of what the President of the United States comes down to is a handful of American states? They call them swing states. So the election of the leader of the free world comes down to somewhere like Arizona, Michigan, Georgia, North Carolina. Don't you think that's mind-blowing? And some reports actually say that it's less than 100,000 people that could make the difference. They actually say it could be somewhere close to 50,000 people. Honestly, that blows my mind. 50,000 people deciding who is the leader of the free world. I mean, what the hell? Isn't it just ridiculous? If you say you're the leader of the free world, then maybe the free world should vote on who is the President of the United States. And by that, I mean, maybe we should all get a vote, even me here, Scottish person living in China. Now, wouldn't that be fun? Anyway, this is me, Ian, here in Beijing, saying to you, open up your mind. And as always, wishing you well, look after yourself, your family, your community, and peace out. Catch you in the next video. Interesting book. You should read it at least once in your life. Take care.
Joe, you did such a great job. You answered every question. You knew